Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play The Pillars of the Earth. Last time, we found out that Bishop Waleran is planning to betray us. He wants the land for the church not to help the Kingsbridge Priory rebuild their cathedral, but to build his own castle. Weird. So we made a deal with the older Hamleys, unfortunately. Not good people either, but if we help them get the shiring land from the king, then they will agree to give us half, which includes the woods and the quarries, so that we will then have the materials we need. Anyway, we also have the Earl himself, Earl of Shining, their ex-Earl now, to talk to, so let's do so.
Good day.
You come to visit someone in my jail, Father? Or do you want to pick out a nice warm cell for yourself?
How dare you?
Hilarious.
Oh, I'm just pulling your leg. See? A smile, just for you, Father.
He was just joking, he didn't have to take that too seriously. That's his smile. And he just kind of walks away by himself, doesn't even let you do it. Okay, we can't go in there, maybe we have to go back to the keep. You're making a big deal about us getting a confession out of him. Guess we have to talk to them, maybe? Let's see. Waller's building castle. Mention castle. About Bartholomew's confession.
About Bartholomew's confession.
Maybe you can get him to confess.
I do not believe my prior can do more than you could, Henry.
Perhaps he knows he will die, no matter what he says.
Before I mention the castle,
Please excuse me.
let's see. Bishop Henry said a confession for Bartholomew may help us. Oh, it just gives us that thing. Let's do it. I have nothing else to do.
Would you not rather build a castle, my bishop?
What?
A castle like this, I mean. Do you not find this place remarkable? Winchester Castle.
Of course. It is.
Please excuse me.
So we're just sort of, being on the sly here.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
I can't let anyone know what Waleran and Henry tried to do. I doubt anyone would even be surprised. What a fool I was.
Okay. Can't go in the keep. Let's go back here. Can I please get that confession now? And we won't even talk to the guy. Would you have to give him this?
Bishop Henry.
There we
sent
go.
me.
The bishop, eh? What does he want?
He wants me to talk to Bartholomew of Shiring.
Bartholomew of Shiring. Ah. It's only Bartholomew now. It's his fourth day without bread. Soon he won't even be Bartholomew anymore.
It's not nice.
Bartholomew,
It must be cold.
I am Brother Philip. Could you forgive those that wronged you?
Only God forgives. A monk should know that.
Why did you go against the king?
Stephen sent you. Why would you side with the usurper?
Yeah, I don't blame this guy. I'm all for going against a corrupt government if you need to. But people are too afraid to do that these days. I was asked to make you confess. If you talk, they might bring you. Let's do this.
I was asked to make you confess.
Stronger men tried that before you. Why should I confess to you?
I don't want to say I'm responsible because he is not guilty. He did what he thought was right. And it was the actions that were taken afterwards, the violent, terrible actions, were the fault of the people who perpetrated them, not him.
Your people found refuge in my priory. Your confession will help me to give them work and shelter.
I have no sins to confess. My only regret is that I failed.
I will not tell the king that. They will kill you.
They have already done that. Monk, tell them that I confessed.
To what?
All of it. Treason.
But
The son shall not suffer for the iniquity of the father. Tell Stephen that as well.
you know the scripture.
Richard and Aliena, my children, they must live.
So he confessed by clemency for his children, and that is very fair. Fortunately, his children are just kind of off on their own now.
And a good day to you too, Father.
Yeah.
He confessed to everything, but he asks for clemency for his children.
Good. I will let my brother know what we have achieved today once he returns from the hunt.
Good, Philip. You did well.
About Bartholomew's children.
My brother was never one to judge a man by the deeds of his father. Still, I shall mention Bartholomew's request to him.
Let's hope.
Maybe I should come back tomorrow.
Yes, there is not much a monk can do here.
Yes, your bishop and I will do what we can to help your priory.
My loyal subject, Percy Hamley, today becomes the Earl of Sharing. Of the former Earl's possessions, Percy shall have the castle. And all the land that is tenanted to knights, plus all other arable land and low-lying pasture.
I swear by all that is holy to be your liegeman, and to fight for you against any other.
My king...
Ah, yes. Of course, I have not forgotten the worries of my bishops. The Earl of Sharing himself, Percy here, solved this problem for me. Thanks to him, I can uphold my promise. Don't worry, Bishop Waleran. Kingsbridge shall be rebuilt. Percy told me of a man here whom my brother has not yet introduced. Come forward, Prior.
Wayland's not going to be happy about this, but there's nothing he can say,
My
is
brother,
there?
may I present to you Philip of Gwynedd?
My king.
You seem afraid. What are you worried about?
Cathedral, about dirty robe. Oh, jeez.
I have heard that Robert of Gloucester might ride against you as well. That worries me, my king.
Why is it that all of my liegemen have less sense than you? I shall not forget you or your words, Philip of Kingsbridge. But we shall deal with Robert and his sister another day. Now, about the arrangement between you and Percy Hamley. He insisted that I give the sheep grazings belonging to the former Earl to the Priory of Kingsbridge. The Priory will also have the right to take stone from the Earl's quarry and timber from his forest. I wholeheartedly agree with the plan you two have devised. It shall be done.
Thank you.
Thank you, my lord.
It seems unnecessarily complicated to give the land to the bishop. Percy told me that you, Father Philip, share that sentiment. He told me it was your idea to take up the burden of managing the rebuilding of the cathedral yourself.
Wonderful.
I'm glad that we all were able to help you, Bishop Waylerin, in this pressing matter. After all you've done for me.
Thank you, Lord King.
Bartholomew lost everything in his attempt to end my reign. This morning he was found dead in his cell. I've heard that you, Prior, worry for his children, Richard and Aliena. While they shall lose their status, their name, and their land, they shall go free, wherever they are.
It's a relief.
You must be very proud, Lady Hamley.
Of course. Father Philip has been very understanding in all this.
Yes, he is remarkable. Very remarkable.
My husband and I were terrified when we heard about the fire in Kingsbridge. It is a blessing that we can help him in his priory now.
You sowed the wind, Philip.
To see Bartholomew, you rode with William to the bishop's palace and uncovered Waylern's secret. Waylern's servant thinks you are a thief and is suspicious of your motives. But I don't regret anything I did there. King Stephen was impressed by your political statement. He will remember this. Yeah, I actually don't think that was the answer given in the book. I think it was more about the dirty robe. But that's fine. It was a good choice. You made very lucrative pact with the Hamleys. Bishop Waylerin believes you betrayed him. So yeah, some of these things you can help, some of these you just can't. And there's one final part to do. Chapter 7. I think there was supposed to be a title there, but it flashed really quickly.
Is everyone ready? Yes, everyone will be there. But how are we to pray and contemplate like this? I don't dare even to send my choir out there. We shall get used to it, all of us.
We must be thankful for all of this, for each noise, each face that disturbs us here.
We shall start with the chancel, then gradually work our way from east to west. That's the way it's done, the way I was taught to do it.
I value your enthusiasm, my dear Mason, but so far we're only cleaning up. I haven't even considered hiring a master builder yet, neither you nor anyone else.
May I show you some drawings?
By all means.
Yeah, Tom is very enthusiastic. I love him. Side view of one of the aisle's walls. It helps understand proportion. Maybe I should begin here. A line for the foundation, where the construction begins, but for laymen it may be hard to comprehend. Frontal view of the church, less abstract than the floor plan, could be a good place to start. Let's start with this.
Look here first. If you were facing the cathedral with the front wall torn down, you would see it like this.
Interesting. What's that, coming out from above the entrance?
So with the foundation, the nave, roof, tower. I won't tell me about the ceiling yet. It drew it almost impossibly high.
The nave will be about 32 feet high and will appear even higher.
Here we go.
Drawing the eye heavenward with its loftiness.
Well said. A chamber worthy of God.
I always wondered how walls this high could hold up so well.
For that, we have buttresses. To a layman, they must look like wasteful knickknacks. They're really holding the walls together. Without buttresses and aisles, the nave would just crumble down.
The walls of the nave are held by the aisles and buttresses bearing the pressure from the side.
Very interesting. Now, tell me more about the construction on top.
Alright. It's either 3 halves or double the height of the nave. A higher tower is more impressive, but also more costly.
That's the tower, of course.
I thought so, but why is it right above the nave? Shouldn't it be closer to the transept?
Oh, don't be fooled. The tower is, of course, farther back, but one cannot show depth in a drawing.
Ah, of course. How high will it be?
Twice as high as the rest is what he'll understand.
Twice as high as the rest. It makes for quite an awe-inspiring view.
It also sounds very expensive. What about the other drawings?
Okay. Oh, whoops. No need to mention the foundation. It's more confusing. Maybe it would be wise to stick to this drawing for now. But he suggested to go to the other drawings. View.
Imagine you're standing in the center of the nave, looking at the wall. This is what you see.
Are those windows?
Right, but that's not all.
Those 3 windows light the nave from above, and the size they make up 2/3 of the upper half, smaller than the arcade and twice the size of the gallery. Bottom half is hardly a wall at all. It's a row of columns joined by arches. Light shines past the arcade into the nave.
On the lowest level are the pillars of the arcade. They're joined by arches making up the bays. Through the archways you can see the windows in the aisle. On top are the clear-story windows. Shall I go on?
Yes, yes, of course. I was just thinking. Keep going.
Okay.
Starting right in the middle is the Tribune Gallery.
I can see you have put a lot of thought into this. I was just wondering, how long would this take to build? You can take your time with that answer.
Oh boy. Let's start high.
Well, that depends on how many people you employ. If you hire 30 masons with enough labourers, apprentices, carpenters and smiths, they will be done in 15 years.
I wish my monastic officials had your ability to think ahead and calculate. Go on now, show me the rest of your drawing.
Okay. All that's left is the floor plan. Outline for the foundation. Let's see if we can explain
When
this.
we walk around the site, we mark where the walls will be, the pillars, the doors and buttresses. Now for that we need a plan like this, to tell us where to place our pegs and string.
Is this how birds would see our church?
Exactly.
Okay. The nave points west, has 6 bays. That should be easy enough to understand. Transept gives the church a cross-like shape. Here it starts right in the middle toward the chancel, with 2 bays as perfectly proportioned. Chancel faces the sunrise in the east. I want it to be 4 bays long, enough to look impressive without costing too much.
The nave is on the left. It has 6 bays.
And the chancel?
The chancel will have 4 bays. I can see the transept is 2 bays wide, so it will be 12 in total. It does look splendid, but isn't that rather small? Well, can you afford to build it bigger?
I have trouble affording it at all. The king grants us timber and stone and wool from Shiring's pastures. But only God knows if it will be enough. I don't suppose you have any idea how much this would cost.
Oh boy.
I know exactly how much this would cost. It would be no more than £3,000.
I've spent the last few weeks working out the annual income of the Priory. Here's the answer. £300 a year, and we spend every penny. So, I need to find £200 a year. It doesn't sound so bad when you put it that way. You really want to build this cathedral yourself, don't you?
Yes, Father. I want you to appoint me Master Builder.
Why?
So I want to fully exercise my skill because I've seen it done badly, because it gives meaning to a man's life, because it will be beautiful. I think this is the answer Tom would give.
Because he wants to give people hope.
Or Martha.
Is that so? Then answer me this one last question. If people were to enter your church, what image would they see crowning the tympanum above the entrance? One of Judgment Day to teach people to be good? Or one of Paradise to remind them of God's mercy?
Show them hell, so that they're afraid to do bad things.
Oh, Martha.
I'd rather see trees and animals.
Remind them of God's mercy. That's what the thing I prefer. We're not supposed to be so scared. We're supposed to just be happy.
It should be the promise of a better life. Therefore, it will show heaven.
Yes.
Milius, is there news of my brother?
No, unfortunately not. No one has seen or heard from him since the Bishop and Percy Hamley were here.
Papa, will there be statues inside?
Statues?
Oh. That's enough, children. It's time you went out and played. Prior.
Yes?
My first wife, Agnes. She died without a priest, and she's buried in unconsecrated ground. Sometimes a man builds a chapel, or founds a monastery, in the hope that in the afterlife God will remember his piety. I just wonder, do you think my design might serve to protect Agnes's soul?
God no longer asks for blood sacrifices, for the ultimate sacrifice has already been made. But the lesson of Abraham's story is that God demands the best we have to offer, that which is most precious to us. So you must ask yourself, is this design the best thing you could offer?
Except for my children. Yes.
Then rest easy, Tom Builder. God will accept it.
In a way, he is offering one of his children. Contract of employment. We got it. Contract date February 1st, 1136. I, Philip of Gwynedd, in representation of Kingsbridge Priory, hereby sign Tom Builder as Master Builder for the construction of Kingsbridge Cathedral. The Priory will provide £200 a year to be used wholly for materials and craftsmen. The pace of construction shall be adjusted accordingly and adhere to plans approved by the Prior. That's a good thing. Pace of construction should be adjusted accordingly. So, we were optimistic, but that might change. In exchange for his work, Tom Builder and his family are to receive a private house and the right to attend all common meals of the Priory. The contract is subject to change with the Priory's financials and gives future prospect of additional payment to compensate for the Master Builder's work. Signed, Prior Philip of Gwynedd, Tom Builder. I'm happy with that. Oh, well, we're back as Jack. It's cool that we kind of got to play as Tom Builder again for a bit. Tom can draw so well, I must watch him very, very closely, till I can draw like that too. That's good of you, Jack, to learn a trade. Where do they put all the horses? I don't like them. They always shout at me as if I was stupid. I'm not talking to them. Tom said it may take many years to build a cathedral, but I had one night to burn it down. Did I do it right? Did I do right? That is a tough question. Anything else I can look at? No? Okay, let's talk to Mother.
Jack, do me a favour and give Paul these herbs, will you?
But he's a monk. You don't like monks.
Well, it turns out not all of them are bad. Still, be careful before you trust any one of them.
Oh, Remedius.
There he is! Give our prior the welcome he deserves!
Oh, you know, I am only following God's will.
Prepare to raise the bell! Make the prior proud!
Well, thank you.
Go on, Jack. Don't forget about Paul's herbs.
Where have I seen that woman before?
Mother gave me these sage leaves. And, where is Paul? Is Alfred? Why is he so friendly all of a sudden? He hasn't hit me in weeks. Am I scaring him? Now let's talk to him before we end things off.
What do you want?
That's not friendly at all.
I want to help.
Too bad. There's nothing you can do. I don't get why Tom likes you, you useless little turd. For all I know, you were behind that fire. What? What is it?
I can set fire to you. But ignore him.
I'm leaving now.
It's not worth it. Not worth it at all. Kinda wish I'd set fire to him, but no, we must be better. We must be better. They clapped their hands for Philip, as if they wanted everyone to hear that he was coming. So much noise. And, let's see. Oh, boy. Seen all that. What else? Oh, and there's a way down here, so this will probably lead us to where we get the herbs. But we'll do so next time on Let's Play the Pillars of the Earth, which will probably be the last video for a while until part 2 comes of the game. But we will see. Thank you all for watching and have a good day.